Big Dreamers, how are we? Donna Kingsford here, Chief Big Dreamer of the Internet. If we have not met, I said that sentence the wrong way around. Usually I say it, hey, I'm Donna Kingsford. If we haven't met, I'm the Chief Big Dreamer of the Internet, because then it rhymes and it sounds really good. But anyway, this is my Sunday live. I forgot to number this. This is number 37 of my 111-day Facebook Live quest. And I thought to celebrate, I know it's an odd number, it's not really a significant number, number 37 of my 111 Facebook Live quest, but I thought in order to celebrate, I would come and do a Facebook Live about going live for your life's work. So I really want to talk about, in this video, I want to talk about the art and craft and science of going live. I want to talk about the benefit of going live for your life's workers business, and I also want to talk about marketing, launching and selling in Facebook Lives, because here's the deal, and if you can't listen to this whole thing, I want to give you the Cliff Notes version. The Cliff Notes version is, if you are a life worker, lives are absolutely essential. They are the essential craft of a life worker. You have to be able to go live. If you don't go live, what you're doing, hi beautiful Wendy, hi, Wendy's in the house, Wendy's in the house, Wendy Jasper. If you're a big dreamer and you do not follow the Wendy Jasper, she's a brand new big dreamer in the Big Dreamers community, go say hey. The OG big dreamers always love fresh new big dreamers to play with. It's always so much fun. It's like when a new kid comes to school and you're just like so excited. Woo, it's a new kid. I used to get so excited when a new kid used to come to school, and we used to like be friends, and it was just like so much, it just added so much more color to the equation. So Facebook Lives are an art form, they are a science, they are a craft. So we are craft women. As life workers, we are absolutely craft women. And so what I've noticed is Facebook Lives have been an essential part of creating my life's work, doing my life's work, getting better at my life's work, really channeling my life's work. I will get Facebook Live. I'm working on it. Oh my God, I think you do Facebook Lives. You already do Facebook Lives. You're just like at the beginning stages. That's totally fun. That's totally great. And I'm so excited because you've got to like, you know, test the waters and all that sort of stuff. So I'm super excited for you and the way you're doing it. I want to actually go back to that post that I posted before and tell all the people that are so excited that I was live that I'm live. So hopefully they don't miss out on me being live. And if you miss out on me being live, make sure you get my notifications so you see when I go live, and you can pop by and say hi, or stay a while and get a tea and settle in, or get a coffee and settle in. Can you guys see me? It looks really dark here. Can you all see me? Oh, Tracy K's in the house. Tracy K's in the house. Tracy K's in the house. OG big dreamer. Facebook Lives are imperative. What I noticed, actually, more recorded video done about 5 lives. Oh, I love it. Still 5 lives is great. So Wendy said more recorded video that she's done, and she's done about 5 lives. That is amazing, and it's epic. Love the notifications. I love that you get notifications and you pop straight on. I'm so excited. So, looks fab. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. So we're on point. Perfect. I want to go back to that post, but I can't. No, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to actually be here and give the training because I've got 3 really important points. So what I've noticed, not only with launching actually really can see you clearly. Perfect. So launching, what I've noticed, if every single body of work that I launch obviously gives me new clues, new ideas, new thought forms, new thought tracks, new ways of explaining and articulating things, because I do it in a million different ways when I'm launching. So when I'm launching, I'm actually really tuning into the message of whatever I am launching, and also it helps me to solidify and get more articulate and get more clear on the messaging for that thing. Leslie, Christine's in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Pop by, say hi. You're like the ultimate pop by, say hi. I love it. I love it so much. So lives, what I've noticed is they actually there's one element of launching that I've noticed, because when I'm crafting my message with each new launch, I'm getting better and better explaining a certain thing. It may take me 10 lives to get really good at explaining and also cultivating an actual concept. And when I go when I'm launching, that's what happens. But the Facebook Lives are actually imperative for that message to come through. And because Facebook Lives are actually a long form marketing, selling, and launching tool, they're long form, you actually are able to get to and access cracks and crevices of your life's work core components that you may not have ever accessed if you weren't actually in a long form Facebook Live. Because in a short form Facebook Live, you're kind of like fumbling over your words, you're waiting for people to be there, and you just can't wait for it to be over, right? Hands up who is like does the short form kind of Facebook Lives, and it's a little bit like tricky when you're talking to yourself and you're trying to actually formulate, because the whole thing about Facebook Live, it is conversational. Helicopters. I struggle a bit with feeling like I'm just repeating myself over and over again. I so get that. So let's give some frameworks to help you with the craft and the art and the science of Facebook Lives, and also understand that Facebook Lives are there to serve you and your message. Because there's this element of, yes, every time I launch, I'm getting more clues about the messaging. Every time I sell, I'm serving more for that body of work, and I'm getting more clear about that body of work, and I'm getting so every launch locks in and helps me to learn how to better market, how to better sell, and how to better launch that particular body of work and that particular core concept that I'm trying to pass on. So with LifeWorkers, for example, it's all about really coming at it from an angle of doing what you love for a living, really coming at it from an angle of how do we actually create an organic online business, do what we love for a living, and also do our life's work for a living. And this launch, more than ever with the LifeWorkers, which we start tomorrow, this launch more than ever, I've actually really increased my messaging around life's work. And today, what I did today, and this is a little hot tip, and I really want you guys to give this a go, and it may be helpful for you or maybe not. A bit before that, I'm just going to read the comments. What have we got here? Wendy said, I can't wait for it to be over. Yes, when you're doing a Facebook Live, like I remember when I first started, it was like 20 minutes was like my max of like torture. I was like, this is torture, nothing's making sense. I'm just going to do a pre-recorded video and that'll be way easier. But now what I do is they're long form and they're conversational, and that's the whole point of a Facebook Live. But I did have to kind of do Facebook Lives to myself for a few years before people were actually there. Leslie said, I usually do shorter ones, although I do a long one every week in my group. Oh my God, that's so cool. The reason that I'm really loving the long ones is I'm actually accessing parts of my brain trust that I never would have been accessing before, because it's almost like I get to the end and then it's just like all the gold comes from my warm-up. Like the other day I was like I was riffing, and the unexpected thing came through about the big dream stages. You guys know the big dream stages, the big dreams, belief, action, resistance, results, sabotage, sweet success. That's the big dream stages, and those are the stages that you're going through as you're going after your big dreams in multiple levels, as in like you may be going for one dream and another dream at the same time, so you've got multiple levels going on. It's way easier if other people are there. Isn't it ever? Because it gives you so much more to go with. Leslie said that. Leslie said it's way easier if people are there. Note that I actually try to always make sure I'm saying you guys' name, because when I'm repurposing this and multi-purposing this and distributing this, I want actually, even if you're just listening to the audio, hearing where that comment come from. And in the process, I'm actually promoting Big Dreamers by saying your names over and over and over again, because you can see that like the big dreamers, the super big dreamers, you want to go check them out. Because you're like, I love their comments and I love their vibe and I want to go and check them out and all those sorts of things. Oh, I forgot to put my collagen inside of my coffee. And that is an important step we have to do at all times. P.S. Promise I'm not an Instagram brand deal list for these, but I would not be against that. I freak out when people come on. I have to move on from that. Oh, okay, cool. Well, this is good. Okay, something I prepared earlier. Oh my god, look at this. I have camels in the background. I want to take a photo. Hang on. So I just took a photo of that because there was camels going in the background. This is so Australian, right? Like, only in Australia. Or the African desert. I don't know where else camels are. I know. Camels. I've got camels. Actually, that was so funny. I'm actually, should I share this? Can someone share this over to my page? Because when I share it, it makes it go all glitchy. So I've stopped doing that because that's annoying, because then I can't use it for my YouTube channel, which is annoying. But anyway, what do I want to say? I wanted to say so many things. Hang on, they're going. No, they're going to come back. They're going to come back. See, this is what I mean. That's right. The other day with the Big Dream stages just streamed through me. So now I can copy and paste that. That was like the last 10 minutes of an hour and 10 Facebook Live. And it was like really just talking. It's almost like a therapy session for your life's work when you're doing a Facebook Live. It's a therapy session because you are talking and talking and talking. You know, like in a therapy session or a coaching session, and you're talking and talking and talking, and you stream of consciousnessing, and you're letting it all out, and you're making connections. When you hear it aloud, that's what gives you the therapy. Oh my god, I need another photo. I'm gonna have the best thumbnail for this Facebook Live. And a helicopter. It's all happening today. So I noticed that it's almost like a therapy session for your life's work. So you're doing your life's work and you're putting it out there, and when you are continually talking about a particular topic and coming at from it at a specific angle, what you'll notice is you get and make different connections. And this is the really important part of a Facebook Live, is it actually is there to serve you, not just, it's not just there to serve like the people, like your community and your clients. The effect of it is it actually serves you, because you're getting clearer and clearer and clearer through your Facebook Lives, on your marketing, on your selling, and on your launching, and what works to market it, and what works to launch it, and what works to sell through a Facebook Live. The other thing, obviously, you're getting practice, but like other thing is Facebook Lives. This is just like something that just came to me before, is if you are a life worker, it's literally imperative, and I'm not one for rules, but this is a rule. But freestyle, do what you will with it. It's a framework. But if you are not going live, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to really let people see you in all your you-ness and being as you can be. Because on a Facebook Live, when you fumble over your words, on a Facebook Live when you forget your sentence, on a Facebook Live when you feel like you're talking shit, on a Facebook Live when you feel like nothing's making sense, what you'll notice is you really get to know a person when they're live. That's why lives are so hard for people. Lives, Facebook Lives, they are not hard if you're so practiced in the art of being yourself and letting you be as you need to be. When you are out of your head and you're in the moment, that is the beauty of a Facebook Live. It's literally like, for me, a 1 hour meditation. This is like a 1 hour meditation, because I'm not in my head. I'm not thinking. There is no thinking going on. I'm speaking as the words are just channeling through me. So there's no thinking. I'm not in my head. When I get in my head, I get all stuck, I get all ballsed up, I get all like clunky, and it doesn't really work, right? So for you, you've got like a meditation practice that is so good for marketing, but it's so good for like mindfulness, even though you like want to get out of your mind. So mindfulness never really fits for me, but it starts with M, so we're going to use that. But at Facebook Live, you actually get to see your spirit put straight in front of you, and there's going to be these amazing things, there's going to be these amazing bits and pieces that you see on the front lines happening when you go live. And I think it's absolutely an invaluable tool for your marketing, for your selling, for your launching, but it's an invaluable tool to really see your spirit in action, to really see your gifts in action, to really see your work in action, and really get to uncover layers and levels of your life's work that you wouldn't otherwise have noticed. When I'm just doing blog posts, hi Vanessa! When I'm just doing blog posts, I'm actually not accessing that deeper part of me that is accessed when I'm in the moment on a Facebook Live. When I'm just doing blog posts, I it feels my content becomes more and more and more surface level. I feel like I'm not getting to the grit of it. I feel like I'm not getting to the heart of it, because when I'm left with a topic like right now to riff on for as long as needed, or as long as you guys want it, I am fully immersing myself in that one concept and really digging into the different angles and pulling it apart and finding things that are going to help it to make sense for you, and finding ways that it's going to actually really finally shift within you and realize the benefit of Facebook Lives and realize the benefit of accessing those cracks and crevices of your life's work content. Hey, lovely. Oh my God, Vanessa's internet is working. Holy moly. Oh my God. We visited, I don't know if you guys remember, but we visited Vanessa in Kynecutter in the no reception vortex that Kynecutter is, and we spent like a whole week and an extended maybe 6 days or something with her and her family, and our families just like fused together like they were always just two families. And we had the most spectacular time, but no reception. I so get it, because that was actually a time when I couldn't go live, and that was actually a time when I wasn't getting the substance and the grit and the depth and the width and the breadth into my content as I usually would with the Facebook Live, because I do the Facebook Live and then I'll usually craft either a blog post from that Facebook Live, and then I'll usually craft a Facebook Live. Oh my God, I just remembered a point that I was going to make the other day on songs. Write down songs again, because this is actually so perfect, because Vanessa just freaking joined and she just did like a testimonial au revoir post just before, which was amazing, because no one's ever done that, so it was really cool. It was really beautiful, because usually I don't speak on that stuff on the front end because of confidentiality stuff, but she just like said it, so it was perfect, so now I can share. But it's about songs, and that she actually said something about songs in this bit, so I'm super like, oh my God, it's blowing my mind. This is actually going to really help you with your Facebook Lives. This is actually a strategy I'm going to give you the first draft of right now, and we're going to nut it out inside of Lifeworkers and really create like a method around it, because this is something that's been coming to me because I've been doing so many Facebook Lives, because I'm going to so many deeper layers and levels of my life's work through this launch of this Lifeworkers. I've actually come into more and more ways to explain what I do, because to me what I do is so natural, so easy, so second nature, and that is the skill and craft of a life worker, is to be able to take what is so easy, so natural, and natural knowing of yours, something that's really just comes so easily to you and is so easily like it all makes sense in your mind. To be able to articulate that is the life of a life worker. That is the craft of what it takes as a life worker to capture that and put it in a course. Capture that, put it in a book. Capture that, put it in a mastermind. Capture that, put it in a membership. Whatever online product or service you are selling. Wendy says, I can feel in the future me who is doing Facebook Lives daily and can feel how much I am going to love doing them. Yes, exactly how you're explaining it. I will feel like that about them. Once you've got a couple people on even if it's just one person, like this is 3 people on right now, and it's like a freaking party. It's so much fun. It's once you don't even need big numbers to be on to make it super fun, but you can make it like a conversation. There is also a craft, and I really want to nut that out in the Lifeworkers, is that I've got this brand new kind of like architecture for doing Facebook Lives that'll really, really help you with staying with the engagement, staying with your presence, with the topics you're talking about and the stuff you're riffing on, and also engaging with who is there, because there's a lot of people that do Facebook Lives and actually do not acknowledge anybody that jumps on, and they don't acknowledge anybody's comments. And I can understand with 50 million comments, but you still would want to actually engage in some of them that pop up and make sure you're engaging, because that is the point of a Facebook Live. It's a two-way conversation. You guys, the people that come to the Facebook Live and those who watch the replay, actually make it what it is. So you make this experience what it is for you. Vanessa said Facebook Live so good. Yes, Wendy's reminded me about songs. This is going to change your life. Vanessa said, yes, Facebook Lives are so important. Yes, they are. Vanessa said, yes, I did songs. Oh my God, okay, guys, this is going to be the next. Oh my God, hey everybody. Articulating, natural knowing, Vanessa said. And Leslie said, okay, I'm starting a new launch finally, and I pledge right now to go live every day in some way. Woohoo! Everybody give Leslie Christine, who is a School of Big Dreamer, a massive, big, freaking cheerleading sesh, because she's gonna go live every day and we're gonna like go stalk it and just go, hey, we go live today. Swapna's here, hey. It's like this like life workers party. We are getting ready, we are warming up. You guys, right, songs are going, this is the most beautiful thing. The other day I actually was doing a Facebook Live and songs actually didn't make direct sense to the Facebook Live that I was teaching and training in, but it makes so much sense right here, right now, to really help you to really up your Facebook Live game. Life Workers Party, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, songs. This is going to be a mind-blowing concept. Well, it is in my head. Hopefully, it's mind-blowing for you guys. The other day, I was listening to the radio. I was listening to a musician, a singer, and she was like, what did she say? She said, I've got this song that I'm working on. I've got this song that I'm writing. I've got this song that I've, been in back and forth into the recording studio, playing around with it, putting beats to it, changing the rhythm, changing the words, changing the lyrics, playing around to it until it's done, until it's finished, right? And I heard her talk about a song in a way that I was like, but it's just lyrics. It's just lyrics, but at the same time, they're musicians, they're artists, they're craft women, and the song has so many different layers and levels. So the song is it's not about just writing the song. It's not just about writing the lyrics. It's about also bringing those lyrics alive. It's about bringing those lyrics alive, right? So you write the lyrics, but there's so much more to it. There's the music that goes to it. There is like the verses, the choruses, the bridges, and all of it coming together. And then they go drop the beats with that Facebook, that song. They lay down like what's the music that's going to go with it, and then what's the visuals that's going to go with it, what's the album cover going to be for this single, what is the video, what is the what do you call those things, the videos that go with it, like the music video. So they've got lyrics, they've got the music, they've got the visuals, and they've got the videos. And I was like, look how much energy and intention and deliberateness and craftness and dedication they put into one song with maybe a couple hundred words. And if you guys took one of your concepts and turned them into and came at them with the same energy, same intention as an artist, as a singer comes to her lyrics and adds in the music and adds on the videos and adds on the visuals as all a part of the whole, imagine how much more powerful your work would be and how much more potent it would be, because you were giving it the time of day and the attention that it requires to become everything that it can be. This is how I look at when I do a Facebook Live. What I'm doing is actually the content within it, the message within it is actually my song. So if you look at the best example of this is Vessel for Value. Vessel for Value is 3 words that I've been talking about for years. I'm a vessel for value. I've been talking about this for years. I've talked about it. I've written about it. I've written posts on Vessel for Value. I've brought it alive through videos. I did a video the other day. I did a video to bring that concept alive through a Facebook Live. I've got it in quote cards. Be a vessel for value. I'm bringing it alive in all the different mediums available to me, just as a singer, brings her songs, her lyrics alive. So the lyrics on a page are the first step of it. So if you have a concept, if you have a core concept, a core piece of content, if you have a core belief, you have a core life's work, core concept, that could be a chapter in a book, that could be its own song. If you actually gave it the time of day and the energy that you would give a song, you would make it multi-elemental. You would bring those words alive through a song to serve the people in all the mediums they learn on and learn from. So it's not necessarily about the Facebook Live. The Facebook Live is a medium to bring the words of that song alive, what that song means, everything that's wrapped into it. There's so many levels, there's so many layers in each song you hear. There is a certain energy, there's a certain spirit, there's a certain lesson, there's a certain message in each song. And we as online content creators can actually dumb down what we're here to do because we're saying we're social media creators or we're just social media peoples. When in fact, we're just as much artist as a singer, as a musician, as a painter. We are bringing something that we feel inside alive on the outside. We are taking a concept. So take one of your concepts, one of your things that you believe. So I've got so many. So it's like, but the only reason I have these memorable and referenceable things is because I've brought them alive in the multiple mediums that are available to me. Does that make sense and blow your mind? Because I mean, it blows my mind because it's making more sense of something that I've always believed and I've always done, and it actually just never had an amazing way to articulate it. Because a lot of times as a social media creator, we can lessen how much we identify with being an artist just because of the container and channel we're doing it through. Whereas social media, without social media, artists, singers don't actually have a platform anymore. They're all leveraging and all accessing social media because they know how important it is. So they're just as much a social media creator as us. The art form that we're channeling through social media is different, but the craft is just as respectable and just as honorable and just as important and imperative as a musician. And I may be biased because I can't sing, but I come from a musician family. My mum was a singer, my dad is a drummer, a really revered drummer, like not just a shit kicker drummer, like a drummer, that was his job. That's always been his job. That's always been his gig. Does this blow your mind and change your mind about the way that you're coming at it with your content? Because I want to give you a couple of examples. I'll give you a couple of examples of my content and just see, like, even concepts that I've said to you before. Like, there's Vessel for Value is probably the easiest referenceable one because it's really clear how many different mediums that I put that in. There's also Show Up, Serve, Sell. That is a song. Show Up, it's a song that I keep repeating. You can't, and also think of this as repeating. A lot of people go, I'm always repeating myself. I think that Wendy said that earlier. I'm repeating, or it may have been Leslie, that maybe I'm repeating myself. I think it was Leslie. But a song, why do we keep turning on a song? Why do we keep repeating? Why do we listen to a song over and over and over and over again? Why do we do that? Because we love the song and we love how we feel. So with the song, thinking of your content like a song, I think this is going to completely change the way the angle that you come at fleshing out your concepts and the channels that those go through. All right, let's read these comments. Guys, are you jiving with this concept? Whew. Oh my God, I feel like that's been wanting to come through for like days, and so it came through like a woo. Vanessa said, bring in the lyrics alive. Yes. Vanessa said, vessel for value. Oh, I love it. Note taking, amazing. Leslie said, it helps to think of the Facebook Live as serving me and helping me flesh out the concept. Then there's not as much pressure on the outside. Exactly, because you're like, I'm doing this for me. When I do a Saturday Facebook Live, which pretty much nobody ever comes, which is obviously a belief that I've always held about Saturdays, a shitty social media day. But it's been represented by fact a lot. So I actually have to really psych myself up to a Saturday Facebook Live to continue this quest. And also every time I'm like, let's just miss Saturday. Let's just not do Saturday. It's Saturday. Who's going to notice? Doesn't even matter. It matters to me because I need to do it. I need to flesh it out for myself, for my work, for my habit, for my momentum, and because it feels really good that I've got this momentum going with doing a minimum of one daily Facebook Live every day. And you could say, well, why don't you have the weekend off? Well, that would be great if it wasn't so hard to get back on the bandwagon on Monday and make my life so much harder. But if I just got it done and get it out of the way on a Saturday and Sunday, and I feel so much better for it, and I hit Monday running like the wind, and it's just amplified my work. It's amplified how I'm showing up, and now we're going on a tangent on Facebook Lives and showing up and doing them every day. Vanessa said, makes perfect sense. Off to do the weather. We'll check here in here after. Weather girl, whoop whoop. Love it. Yes, Wendy said, yes, it's my art. I definitely call it that. I have my painting, designer, and my content creating, teaching, writing art. I love it. We've really got to come into this knowing of and this respect for this craft. Leslie said, I'm rethinking my courses as being experiences. Ooh, yeah. That's actually, I did for Me Brand Method last year. I called it the 6-week online experience. That's so what it is, isn't it? It's just like, it's more of an experience. It's more of an immersion. It's more of a deep dive, because you can scatter all the stuff in your Facebook Lives. It's basically where you're learning to conceptualize certain core concepts. And people, if they're super dedicated and don't want to spend money, they could just pick through all your Facebook Lives and kind of piece it together and try to figure it out that way, which totally is fine. If you've got the self-motivated learning thing to do that, you can totally do that. But obviously you're not going to get all the pieces, but I mean, you still can do that. But the online course is almost like a commitment that I care about this, and I'm willing to put money down on myself with this. That's what I feel like it is. It's like I'm investing in myself, and I'm reminding myself that I'm committed to sorting this shit out and to figuring this out and to dedicating myself to this thing that I know that I believe in and I know that I want to invest in. And I invested as a point of reference to remind me, hey, you cared about that, you care about that, get to work. Swapna says, heck yeah, we are creative artists, not training content, but crafting it. Yes, yes, yes. That is exactly what we do. Leslie said, yes, I get that. Yes, yes, yes. Leslie, I love to hear the same message over and over and over again. True, exactly. I mean, it's just like listening to a song. Why do we listen to the same song? And I pretty much, once I have a new song, that's the only song I listen to for 3 weeks. That's how I listen to songs. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I do it. So I've just realized how loud I'm talking. I must be very disturbing the peace around the situation. But what I noticed is I got super self-conscious then, because I was like, I'm talking so loud. Oh my God, they can probably hear me all the way over the playground. Whatever. Continue. Back to the moment, back to the present moment, back to my Facebook Live, out of my head, into the moment. You're watching me in real time and how I talk to myself. Wendy said, send out messenger bot 10 minutes before you go live, and then I will probably catch you live. Oh, I like that. Maybe I shall do that. Oh yeah, on the Saturday. That's a hot tip. Yes, because I don't like going live on Saturdays, but it's actually really good. I've found benefits as per usual. That's what I always do. I always look on the bright side. That's Jana Kingsford of you. That's very Jana Kingsfordy of me. Let's turn that into a thing. It's very Jana Kingsfordy. But I always look on the bright side, and the bright side for me is it really helps me to remember what it's like to do a Facebook Live with nobody there and no interaction, when you're pretty much fumbling over your words to get to your point and you're like so bored of yourself repeating yourself, because when there's nobody there to interact, you actually are literally just repeating yourself. You're not, because I feel like when you're doing a Facebook Live, the best thing that you're doing is you're actually channeling it through for who is there. So when there's nobody there, I just feel like I just turn the same point over and over and over again, which is probably essentially what I do, but I'm coming at it from different angles that seem to be more filled with substance. I think that's the word for it. So, songs. I know that is going to be the most spectacular way that we are going to take a theme for the day and really ride it, my pony. So, oh my God, we start Life Workers tomorrow. Who's excited? Who's excited? Who's excited? Who's excited? I thought I was going to lose my voice this morning, but I've drank 3 liters of alkaline water and I'm all good. P.S. I don't sell it. One of my friends does. And I'm not a distributor, by the way. One of my friends sells the Machino thing that we've been using as we were caravanning. And I think that's the reason I've not been getting sick. And I just had 3 liters of it today, and now I feel better. I woke up this morning literally like flew to the hill. I was so fluey, and then I just drank 3 liters of this situation. And yes, last night I drank it with a heap of lemon in it. It's like 9.5 alkaline. Anyway, this is not a sales video for that because I don't even sell it. Maybe that's been my problem. No one there, so I keep saying the same thing over and over. Yes! So, okay, so a little thing for this, like yesterday I did a Facebook Live and I was like, okay, I'm saying the same thing over and over, let's go now. But then I was like, if I actually I probably, on a day that I know not very many people are gonna be there, I should probably have like my notebook, because here's the thing that actually makes me really show up in a better way now for them. Knowing that I'm multi-purposing them, knowing that they're going to go on to my podcast, knowing that they're going to go on my YouTube has actually made me make my Facebook Lives a whole lot more valuable, make them like a storyline, make them a whole lot more valuable. So when nobody's there, they're not that really high value. So I've got to think of them as if they were a pre-recorded video, and what are the 3 points that I want to make. And if it just is 10 minutes or 20 minutes, that's fine. Because the 20 minutes, I feel like there's a precipice. It used to be a precipice that if I could get through the first 10 to 15 minutes, somebody's going to come and comment. It's almost like it gave people time. And I was like, if I just stick it out, that's where, and sometimes I can go for 20 minutes and maybe get like 2 comments or something. And then after that, it's almost like this big stream. And so it can always change. So I think just visualizing and knowing, and on Saturday, I probably give up before I've even gone in. So I'm just like, I'm just going to pretend this is a pre-recorded video. So probably part of my intention probably creates the reality of it, because my intention is I'm just going to show up like it's a pre-recorded video. I'm just going to make these 3 points and I'm just going to be out, drops mic. So it may be giving me a different experience, but that really helps me to show up on a Saturday when historically and patternistically not very many people have been there. So, and not really actively commenting. There may be a better time that I could do Facebook Lives. There could be a better time, I guess. So, what are you guys most excited about for Life Workers? I want to know. And did I miss any points? Any questions that you've got about Facebook Lives? Let me know. I want to help you guys out. What are your biggest dramas? What are your biggest problems with Facebook Lives at the moment? I want to know. Holy shivers me timbers. There's a lot of kids. Oh my gosh.
What do we do? I found it!
Oh my god! This has been like really eventful Facebook Live. Quick! Don't get lost! Holy shit. This is what happens when you're doing Facebook Lives in public. Definitely getting myself doing Facebook Lives. Love it! So, maybe I'll give you something, like a little tip when you know that nobody's gonna be... That's so funny. If you've got like 3... Oh, this is a hot tip that I've actually been doing lately, is actually using the first 5 minutes to intro myself and intro what's happening and kind of update everybody as if it was a podcast intro, as if it was an intro. You know, like on intros for podcasts, there's sometimes like a minute and a half or something, and you're like, oh my God, this is so annoying, and they're the same every time. I like it when they go to different places every single time. So on my Facebook Lives now, what I'm doing is I've got this little intro that we can reuse. Well, not reuse, but I don't actually have to put an intro on it when I share it everybody else, because I'm actually introing it. At the start of this one, I said, hey, I'm Jana Kingsford, chief big dreamer of the internet. Da, 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 da. It's like a little bit of a tune, isn't it? And I said, okay, in this Facebook Live, I want to be talking about marketing, Facebook Lives, using Facebook Lives for your marketing, selling, and launching. So I said that because it was in my intention. The second thing that I want to talk about is how important Facebook Lives are for your life's work. Because if you're not going live, how life worker are you? Because when you're fully being live and you're fully like committed to going live, you're actually saying, hey, this is me in all my meanness, and I'm going to come to the internet as me as I can be. And I know that Facebook Lives make me access parts of myself and bits of my personality that were always there. If you're having like a conversation with the best friend, you're going to be talking in these, like, you're going to be saying things differently. And when you're consistently doing Facebook Lives in the way that we do Facebook Lives for our life's work, you realize live is imperative. Live is important. Lives are getting you to access different areas and different levels and different layers of your messaging. Oh my God, there's kids again. Oh my God, this is crazy.
These are bad down. Kids, the space tank.
Hi.
And you'll get invaded.
Oh, are they coming? Oh God. All right, I'll move.
We're going again.
Oh, okay. The ones that they just went up there.
Yep. Now who knows where south is?
Oh my God. You like my intros? Oh my God. I'm literally just like telling you guys all about Facebook Lives while I'm in the middle of Facebook Live conundrums.
River Shack can do 5-star jumps.
Woohoo! Oh my God. I'm just liking all your comments while this passes. Oh my God, if 50 kids, if I can survive 50 kids being on Facebook Live, I'm good. Oh my God. Oh my God, I love this because Wendy said, Leslie said, Wendy said, I'm looking forward to learning the things I didn't know. That was fucking painful. Leslie said, Wendy Jasper can tag me and I'll join if I'm on. Oh my God, Leslie's a great cheerleader. Oh, she's a really great cheerleader. Yes, I like your intros. Hi, Shona. Oh my God. And a few camels and a few kids. She said that more people will be coming. Should I go and sit? I'm going to go sit in another spot because this is just hectic. This is like next level. This is next level, more than I can handle. This is more than I can handle for a Sunday. Facebook Live. What questions have you got about Facebook Lives besides dealing with 100 kids inundating your situation? She said there was more coming, so I think I might go up here a little bit and just make my life 10 times easier. Oh, that was so funny. Swapna said the other day, today actually, said you should go live and talk about going live no matter with the snakes, no matter with, like, if there's snakes and if there's flies, I nearly just said another one, and if there's camels, and if there's, now, with 100 kids inundating your Facebook Live. How cool is this? I can't believe that just happened. That was the most hectic thing ever. So are we going to do a snake situation over here? It feels very snaky, doesn't it? Can you see a snake? I'm still here. Yes, I'm still here, Vanessa. Woohoo! This is hectic. Oh, I can sit down like this. Oh, I found a little spot without 3,000 kids. Holy shit. Oh my God, that was hectic. Okay, I'm sitting on the ground. We all know my history with sitting on the ground and doing Facebook Lives are generally when snakes love to come and haunt me. Woo! Okay, I'm just putting up a safety barrier. Snakes, no, leave me alone. I've had my fair share of distractions today. I've been on the watch out for snakes in my lives lately. Was that because of my one? We saw one on the walk recently. Oh my God. when you just said role modeling what to do when chaos strikes on a Facebook Live. That was literally like, I don't know if you can get any more chaotic than a group of camels and then 2 groups of like 50 kids and a teacher and eating a fly the other day. I mean, what more? I've just totally modeled to you how to just keep it rolling, keep the cameras rolling. That is the benefit of a Facebook Live, because I couldn't have scripted this shit. This is so dynamic. This means that it's entertaining. It adds a layer of entertainment because it was live. If it was pre-recorded, you would have just got the boring Jana talking and going, okay, today we are going to talk about these 3 things, and there's going to be no nuances, there's going to be no camels interrupting the flow, there's not going to be 100 kids running through my Facebook Live, there's not going to be a fly or a snake, it's just going to be very one-dimensional. This creates a natural 5D experience for you guys. So, work with it. If your kids come in, you're going into the 2nd dimension of a Facebook Live. If your husband comes in, you've just entered the 3rd dimension of a Facebook Live. If a snake comes into your Facebook Live, you've just entered the 4th. This all adds to the entertainment value that people will watch this for an hour and struggle to watch a documentary for an hour and 30 minutes on Netflix. And think of it this way. My budget for this was 0. The budget for an hour-and-a-half documentary would probably be in the millions. The millions to make it, the millions to market it, the millions to get it onto Netflix before you even make a freaking dollar. My kids refuse not to join a Facebook Live. Well, that's good. That's good. Mine just inundate me sometimes, but I do choose to move away from where they are lately because it's just way funner for me to go, like, have a party with you guys. It's like when you go to, it's kind of like this. It's like, you know, when you go for like a coffee catch up with like a bestie and you got all your kids with you, you know that the conversation is going to be somewhat watered down. The camels, they didn't even go there before. Guys, literally. Seriously right now? They didn't even go there before. And now they're all just in my head. Oh yeah, there we go. They're turning. I love the camels. We do actually love the camels. The camels are fine. I love the camels, but I'm really putting on a show for you guys today. Oh my God, I'm so glad that I left because there's another 50 kids there. Camels, oh my God, I love this. This is like so, I don't even need, the universe just like backs me up when I show up. The universe will back you up when you show up. It will actually provide the most multi-dimensional experience and entertainment and modeling the model that you ever did see. You can't even make this shit up. You can't even script this stuff. And I didn't even have to try, and I didn't have to have a film crew, and I didn't have to have a documentary, and I didn't have to have like anything. Camel signs. I love camels. What are the spiritual meaning of camels? Because they continue. It doesn't matter where I'm sitting, the camels are going in front of me. And that's not even the line that they go on. Yesterday they went up there. I love the camels. Me too. They're so good for this Facebook Live. So it kind of watered, like I was saying, if I've got the kids with me, it does water down. I don't go as deep. It's like if you're with your friends, you kind of like, you filter the conversation to be more appropriate, or you filter it to be, it's just different when you got all your kids around you. When you're talking around your kids with like your friends, it's a little different. Even if you're not conscious about it, if you're not consciously trying to make it different or trying to change what you say, it just is different. It's never like that, like all immersed and you're all up in their business. When your kids are there, your periphery, as a mum, your periphery is just concentrating on them. So if my kids were around right now, I'd be concentrating, I'd be looking where they are. As a mum, that's what we do. So I wouldn't be fully, completely, 100% present with you guys, and I'm also not 100% completely present with them. So neither here nor there. You're neither here nor there. And I think that's one of the things that I do as a life worker is when I'm working, I am working. When I'm with my kids, I'm with my kids. And then there's this very fused part where if I'm working in the caravan and the kids are all there, or if I'm doing my Facebook, if I'm doing Insta stories, or if I'm doing photos, or we're doing photo shoots, which we now actually have gone, oh, let's go do a photo shoot. We're being very mindful, very conscious as a family that we're doing a photo shoot. And last night, oh my God, guys, if you listened to my Facebook Live last week, you will be so proud of me. The one that I talked about getting super support. Who was there for the super support one where I talked about how I got super support from my husband for my business, and he's now just like my super #1 fan. He's my super support. He's the one that's always there for me when, and he's the one that holds this shit together, because he holds me together when I'm not holding my own shit together. So when he's fully holding me, so I can hold the space for you guys, to use a Mitlaism. One of my clients, that she's like the holding space circle girl. So me, oh yay! What was I going to say? What was the point that I was going to say? Oh, that's right. So receiving, oh my God, put the comments down below and I'll just go to all of them in a second. But yesterday, I got the first chance. Do you guys remember what the word that I said that I would never say again? You know, the word that I said that I'm like, today was the last day that I'll ever use that phrase. I got to finally use it. I got to not use it, but I got to finally. And it's really actually interesting how it played out. It was really interesting, and I want to increase the anticipation, but I also want to tell you, because I'm super excited about it. While I'm increasing the anticipation, because I just like to do that, I mean, I'm making this like a documentary, just as entertaining as a documentary or any hour-long drama or whatever you want to watch. Let's put some into anticipation, and I'll read the comments while we wait with bated breath. Okay, so I'm so excited. Vanessa's back in the house. Leslie said, we're working on the boundaries. I love that. I actually am this weird person that doesn't use the word boundaries. I use the word that I only do what's in alignment, which is literally just an annoying way to say I don't say boundaries, because I don't like the word. I don't know why. I just get funny with all the words that online personal development use. I don't like the word authenticity, because everybody uses it. I don't like the word vulnerable, because everybody uses it. I don't like the word boundaries, because everybody uses it. And when everybody uses it, I feel like it loses a meaning. It doesn't hold a specific meaning anymore, so it can mean a million things. So I don't know why I do that. But then alignment is the freaking same thing. So anyway, no substance there. I have no clue. But that's what I just say. I just don't say boundaries. I say I'll only do what's in alignment, which is literally another way of saying, just avoiding saying the word boundaries. I'm annoying. I even annoy myself. Leslie said, I love the camels. I love that. Oh, Wendy, yay! She looked up spirit animal. Camels. By the way, Lifeworkers works ad break. Lifeworkers starts tomorrow. If you're not in Lifeworkers, make sure you message me. You know where you want to be tomorrow. We are going to be doing 3 of the modules tomorrow and Tuesday. If you want to be there for the most epic opening ceremony for Lifeworkers and a lifelong program that it will always be a part of me, because Lifeworkers, the business model, is literally my forever business. I know that for a fact. I know that to be true. I've never felt that with all the years of 13 years of running businesses. This is my forever business model, a Lifeworkers business model. This is my jam. This is my thing. This is what my whole life's work has been leading up to. This is what the whole 13 years of going after my big dreams by creating businesses to fund those big dreams, creating businesses so I could be a self-funded stay-at-home mum. 13 years are now coming to their precipice. Is that even the word? It's not even the word. Don't just forget I said that. But Lifeworkers is my forever business model. So I know this actually true to my soul, because earlier, to put another story that was in before, I said about, I went through my Instagram this morning and I went as far back as like 2 or 3 years ago. It's about 3 years ago. And I went back and I used the word life's work over and over and over again. And I was quite surprised, because it feels relatively like a new way that I'm describing this, but it's really just a relatively just recently. I'm trying to look for another R word to make this sentence really good. It's just that's it. It's a recent revelation. It's a recent revelation around what this business model is. So in 3 years' time, when people ask, what do you do? It's so damn easy. I'm a life worker. And guess what? Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. So years ago, personal branding, no, people didn't really get that. But now you say I'm a personal brand, they get it. They get it. But it's like, but how's the business? Because personal branding isn't a business model. It's personal branding. Business model is separate. A business model is the business model. How do you make money from that personal brand? How does the money come in? How do the dollars come in? That is life workers. So in a few years, I want that to be people referring to what they do as being a life worker, because up until now, I've had to say to people, what do you do for a living? I sell books and courses and memberships and masterminds for a living. And they're like, huh? But they kind of get that's how I make money. But at the same time, it doesn't really give you the full scope of what it means to be a life worker. So that was a little exercise that I came to pull that story from earlier. That was what I said earlier around a really cool exercise for you to do is to go back a few years ago and actually look at and see, I've got that opportunity because I've been showing up and serving and selling for 5 years online now with my blog. So I've got that, I can do that. But it was really cool to actually go through it and see how full circle, and like, oh my God, I actually was having whispers and hints around life workers back then. So message me if you want to be a part of life workers. The anticipation continues. Camel. So Wendy says, camel is a spirit animal. Totem, symbolism and meaning is camel is the most powerful symbols of endurance, strength and persistence. Well, of course. I mean, I'm the epitome. I'm a walking, talking representation of endurance, strength, and persistence. It's also considered a symbol of sacrifices we all need to make at certain points of our life in order to advance. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Camel also represents incredible patience and steadiness. Oh my God. That's literally like my whole situation of mindset work at the moment. Oh my God. Amazing. Whew. Camels equals Facebook Live strategy. Yes. Leslie said camels with the emoji equals Facebook Live strategy. Yes. Vanessa replied to Wendy saying, well, so apt. Oh my God, isn't it ever? And then Wendy said, me. So we do want to hear. I promise it's coming. Tell me, Vanessa said, tell me. I love you guys. How good am I? Like anticipation. And it's natural because I'm like not ready to say the point yet, but then I'll say it. You rebel. I love it. You were waiting for me to do. You were just waiting for me to come along to do life workers. Yes, I was. Actually, probably I was. That is so exciting. I may have to join. Vanessa, woo, life workers. I'm so excited. It's so good. I'm so happy with it. Leslie, you read Creating Money. If nobody knows, that's actually my Bible about making money. That's my Bible about making money. I actually pull cards for my mastermind every now and then, and I'm like, I pull cards as in there's no cards in it. But, oh my God, it talks about life's work. I didn't even realize that until I was sharing a few pages the other day in the mastermind, and I was like, this says life's work a lot. And it was from 1983, which is the year I was born. So I feel like there's something spooky going on because that's like my Bible. That book is my Bible as per your suggestion. Leslie said I've been working that way more too. Yay. Wendy says I'm a life worker. Okay, well this is going to be the movement of all movements. We are life workers. And it makes it really clear what's my business model. I clearly sell books and courses and mentorships and masterminds because I'm a life worker. That's what we do. We package our stuff up, and it's such a privilege to the people we pass it on to, because if we didn't have the time and the dedication and the energy and the wherewithal to do that and to go to that effort and to go to that energy and go through the freaking resistance and sabotage and ebbs and the flows of being a life worker, then you wouldn't have these beautiful pieces of art that actually pass on so much of our experiences that make it possibly give you the tools and the resources and like the life rafts to get through certain parts in life where you need a little help and you need a little perspective and you need somebody who has been there to help you, because some people that have not been where you have been or where you are any offering of advice they give you falls a little flat, because it's like, well, you have not been there, you have not done that. Some of the life workers, which are so amazing, we have a beautiful life worker, Rachel Pope, who has just written a book called Gifts from Grief, who, by the way, was my manager back when I worked as a shoe sales girl. She was my manager, so it's so full circle, because that was my first job 13 years ago. That was my last job 13 years ago. That was the one that I left. And now Rachel Pope, it's like a full circle moment. She's in Life Workers and she's so amazing, and she's written this book called Gifts from Grief, because she lost her husband like a couple years ago, and she has 2 young kids, and she lost her dad when she was really young. Oh, it gives me goosebumps. And her sitting down to write that book, you got to think for a second of how freaking hard that would have been to write that book. And it's such a privilege, right? It's such a privilege to read that book that she has written from her life. What a privilege that we get to read these works of art from these life workers. And can you imagine going to some person for advice when you're grieving, losing your husband, and you have little kids? Going to somebody who has not ever experienced that, or going to somebody who knows what it's like, truly, madly, deeply knows what it's like, and can just offer to be there and just know what you're going through. The price of the peace that would give you, you can't put a price on it. But also, I know what she went through to write that book. Reliving everything, you're re-traumatizing everything when you're writing a book, just as I am as I'm writing Big Dreams Broken to Blessed. The broken road to my blessed life. And that was what I was getting inspiration for today, was just like to go back to my past posts, because as a life worker, literally it's all there on paper, hints and nuances around it that I can access now and put them together. Woo! I've been working that way more too, yay. Okay, Leslie's putting kids to bed. My girls say good night. Good night. Thank you. It's an amazing book, yes it is. That was a heart shower from the girls. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, you have waited long enough. Who is ready? Who is ready for the... Hopefully it's probably not that mind-blowing. Yesterday, to say the point that I was going to say earlier, guess what? We're sitting at... So there was this beautiful... I don't know if you saw the photo on my Facebook page, profile. Me and Mark went down to there's like a little bar over the sunset with live music. The amazing experiences that you get when you're living on the road and living the van life and traveling Australia full time. You just get these weird concoctions of life experiences, and we were watching the sunset. It was so beautiful, and live band, music, sunset, beers. And then some people, like obviously standing at like the bar stool kind of things, and these people came over to us and we were talking, and they're like, oh, how long's it? So when's the end date for your trip? And Mark's like, oh, it's indefinite. And he goes, well, what do you do then? Because they always look at the guy, which does still irk me a little bit, because they just look at the guy, always at the guy, which does shit me to tears. They look just straight at him. So what do you do then? Like, there would be no way that I would be the breadwinner. Anyway, I said in that breadwinner video that I did the other day of what it means to be a breadwinner, and some of the things and the shifts and the mindset shifts that I've done to be the breadwinner and not have it like break everything. He said, we work online, which was super interesting, because the other day on that breadwinner video, I said, oh, I noticed myself saying today and like interjecting a conversation, because I kind of like, it still irks me a bit when people look at Mark and they go, so what do you do? Without even contemplating to look at me. It really still pisses me off a little bit. So I'm working on it. And I interject usually and say, I work online. And the other day in that breadwinner video, in that Facebook Live, I said, I will never do that again, because I just actually saw him do that crestfallen thing that men do when they're emasculated. And I was like, I'm actually never going to do that, because he actually helps me to do what I do. Like, I can't do what I do without him. He's looking after the kids right now. I literally couldn't do what I do without him. He's a real support, and he's taken the photos, and he's taken on the role of doing certain things. Although he uploaded a photo the other day without a filter, and it's still like grating on me a little bit, and I haven't said it. I'm just like, oh my God, you can't believe you did that. But anyway, he said we work online, and you may, if you actually listened to the breadwinner video the other day, you would have seen that's what I said that I will say from now on, we work online. However, this just shows how in tune we are and how in tune I am as an amazing Queen's coder. Can we call ourselves that? How amazing, like, and I said the other day on that, like, it's on record, that I will never say that again. I'll always say we work online, not I work online, because I'm just like ego, and it's like, actually I work online, but actually we work online. So the guy said, oh, so are you like a photographer? And he's like, yeah, I do droning and GoProing. And I was like, that's perfect. That's perfect. How cool is that? How cool is that? So I thought that was really cool. I thought that was that's like telling you guys. I feel like I can't even see the screen. Can you guys see the screen okay? Queen's coders, I'm a Queen's coder. So I never say that anymore. I don't say I work online like a little poo head. I say we work online, but I actually hadn't had the chance to say it because nobody had asked us since I committed online the other day, as in that breadwinners video about being the breadwinner, the Facebook Live that I did about getting super support that I renamed kind of being the breadwinner, with help from my assistant who helped me like go, let's do this for the YouTube thumbnail, that'll look good, and has bread emojis on it, so it's perfect. And I hadn't actually had an opportunity. Nobody had asked us. We hadn't come across anybody that had asked us. And when he said it was almost like we've had this conversation without having this conversation, because I was ready to say we work online, and it was so amazing because he said it. So it was truly what he was needing, and I was just tuning into that, which was everything that I was talking about the other day. Oh my God, that's so cool. Vanessa said, Queen's coders, it's like essential reading for any of my peoples and anybody who's in a relationship, seriously. With a man, I guess, because women probably are a little bit different. Wendy said, yes, love this concept. I'm waiting for my new sale. So I can tell hubby we made a sale. Woo! We made a sale. That's actually what I do as well. I think I said that the other day, didn't I? I said how I always go, we made a sale. This is like, we've got a new client, or it's sort of like this we situation. It's just a little language shift that changes everything. So I can't see my screen anymore. Can you guys let me know? It's like, looks really like brown. Like I can see my hands waving around, but I don't know. I'm really happy with this Facebook Live. I did a really good job. Thank you guys for manifesting this amazing Facebook Live from me. Woo. So let's do the outro. What did we talk about today? Today we talked about the importance of doing Facebook Lives. We talked about how to market and launch and sell, and how doing more Facebook Lives, and especially long form Facebook Lives, is imperative, is important, and invaluable to your life's work. We talked about, what else did we talk about, guys? We talked about actually, what was that other thing that we talked about? I can't remember, because I'm doing this because I've got to write the notes after this to put into the Facebook Live of what we did. We talked about Life Workers literally starts tomorrow. We do 3 modules over the next 2 days. I'm dropping the first 3 modules of the 9 modules. It's a super fast live round. For my forever business model of being a life worker, of doing my life's work for a living. It will always evolve, the things I'm talking about, but it'll always be life work. However that looks down the track, it'll be my life's work, and it's my life work business model that I've spent 13 years crafting, creating, like, and that this has got 13 years in the making of how do you create a life workers business, because I never knew, but that's exactly what I was always going for. What do I love to do? What I'm getting led to do? I followed my nose to grow into my genius zone and to find what my life's work actually was, and to figure out what that forever business was going to be. Because especially when I met Mark, even when I met Mark, right, I was like, oh my God, he's my forever love. Like, he's my forever love. You just know when you know. You know when you know. Do we have time for when it will be launch? Do we have a time for when it will launch tomorrow, or will you send out the messenger bot? Oh, love it. Okay, I will put the event up in LifeWorkers. I've got a good schedule of what my day is going to be like tomorrow. I'm super duper excited. I'm going to put that in there. You'll get the first 2 calls and then the Tuesday call, because there's going to be 2 calls on Monday and then one on Tuesday, or maybe 1 tomorrow and 2. No. You'll figure it. You'll see on the events. There's going to be 3. So there. I'm so excited. And I'm recording them live in the Facebook group. I'll be literally like going in and nutting it out at the start, and then doing like Q&As on the live ones. So I'm going to be doing Q&As with throughout and at the end as well. So it makes sure that I'm answering all the questions that you may have had. And anybody that has questions, had that same question, it'll be answered for them as well, which is so cool. I'm so excited. So who's coming to be a life worker? I'm excited. You're excited. And we're going to create the new movement of life workers. Oh, let's do this. Who's ready? I'm ready. I've never been so excited for a course in my life. I mean, probably have, but every time I do another launch for like a real cool course, I'm just like besides myself. I'm so excited. Okay, guys. I'm super excited. All right, guys. I'm so happy. This was a great Facebook Live. I'm really proud of myself. Pat myself on back. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate your comments. I so appreciate your cheerleading. I so appreciate all the testimonials that I've been getting lately. My assistant has been, if you've got any amazing words to say, my assistant actually has been doing them up into this really pretty little picture. So it's so cute. I love it. She mind readed me, and she did this the other day when Wendy posted this really cool testimonial, because I've never captured them like this before, and I want to like capture them because, you know, when you're having a bad day in your business and you go and look at your testimonials, it's like, I know why I do what I do. And it really reminds you, when you're in your human self situation, it really reminds you why you do what you do, especially as a life worker. You are living it. You don't ever teach what you have not lived. So a lot of the times that is why it's super hard, because we're living it. You've got to live it, and that's what we're here to help you with. That's what I'm here to help you with, and that's also what I understand about what it's like to be a life worker. We are done. I'm dropping my mic. Woo, dropping my mic. Thank you so much for being here. I may go and do another Facebook Live, a pure Sally Sells Facebook Live, so I'll see you over there. Have the best day ever, growing to big dreams. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Chief Big Dreamer of the Internet is out.